Hello and welcome to my 2024 reading wrap up. We're gonna do a little tier list to rank all my books, but first I thought we'd go through some stats. So this year I read 88 books, and in total I read 31,458 pages. The average book length was 357 pages. The shortest book I read was 33 pages. This was a short story by Sally Rooney. The longest book I read was 849 pages. This was 11/22/63 by Stephen King. And lastly, my average rating for 2024 was 3.8 stars on Goodreads. Goodreads does not allow for half-star ratings, so I always round up. And so in reality, this number is much lower. Now let's get into the tier list. I'm gonna put this away. This seems like a lot. Actually, I'm not gonna put this away. We've divided the books into 7 different categories. First, I need to reread this immediately. It was that good. Huge slay. Good job to the author. You wrote a good book. 3, I was entertained. Your writing may not have been amazing, but you kept me entertained, and that's what I like in books. Mid. Did we read the same book? This is reserved for books that are hyped up, only for them to kind of suck. This one is, I fear I don't remember anything, actually. I literally cannot recall anything about this book. And lastly, should have DNF'd. I need everyone to relax now because this is a lot of books to go through, and so sit back, grab a drink. I have recently started drinking my water in quart containers because I don't want to carry my water bottle around at home, and it's kind of life-changing. So drink your water, get a drink. We're gonna talk about all 88 books that I read this year, although I'll try to be quick. First up, we're going strong. Betty. I already know where I'm putting this. This one's a huge slay. Betty is about this Native American girl growing up in Ohio. Is it Ohio? In the mid 1800s, and just kind of the adversity she faces, and what a beautiful book. Huge slay. Good job to the author. Next we have Checkmate by Ali Hazelwood. This is her YA novel about these 2 chess rivals. Actually, it is so good. I was gonna put I was entertained, but no, it was so good. And actually, okay, no, I definitely have been itching to reread it, but I was gonna put it in I was entertained, gut instinct, so I think I'm just gonna settle in the middle for huge slay. Good job. The next book is more a theological book, not really super theological, but it's what are you gonna do with your life? This is hard because this ranking was kind of made for fiction books. It wasn't mid, it was better than mid. Wait, do I remember anything? Okay, no, I definitely remember what I read. I'm gonna do I was entertained because I don't think the book was that amazing. It was just good. Part of Your World. I unfortunately just looked up the plot and I don't even recall reading this book. I think the only parts of this book that I remember come from Yours Truly and Just for the Summer, but I actually don't remember anything from this book. So When in Rome. I hated this book. Yep, I'm gonna leave it there. Legendborn. I'm not itching to reread it, although it was one of my top books of this year. It was just really amazing, so amazing. So I'm gonna put it in huge slay. Everyone in my family has killed someone. I was entertained. Yep. The Love Hypothesis. I unfortunately love this book so much. I have been starting to understand that you need to be in a certain mood to read Ali Hazelwood. The Love Hypothesis is actually a perfect book, and I'm sad because it's her first book and it's her best book, and everything has been downhill since, and I hate to admit that because she's my favorite author. But yeah. Anyways, Love Hypothesis. I could reread that book so many times. Know My Name. Oof. Again, this is not a fiction book. This is, would you say, a memoir of a woman who was sexually assaulted, and it was heartbreaking to read. And I don't think it actually belongs in this tier list. I'm gonna put it in huge slay because honestly it hurt to read. I'm not itching to reread this. It was painful to read, honestly. No, it does not belong. Okay, whatever. This tier list is what this tier list is. I don't know what other category to add for my nonfiction books, but I would highly recommend you guys reading this. Next we have Yours Truly. If I were to rank Yours Truly, it would go somewhere in between huge slay and I was entertained. It was good, and it's probably my favorite Abby Jimenez book. I'm gonna do I Was Entertained. This is not a book that I think about ever. Next we have Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This was actually a reread, but the first time I had read it was probably in high school. So it's been a while since I reread it, and it's it was good. If it's good, I'm gonna put I was entertained. Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was, again, another reread. Let me think, where would I put Beach Read? It was better the first time I read it, and for that, I don't think it was a huge slay. I was entertained. I think I meant to read Book Lovers. I get those two confused all the time because they both start with a B, and my brain is really small, so I make connections like that. Beach Read, I don't like as much. I think I'll like Book Lovers more. I'm going to reread Book Lovers soon. Summer Romance, I already know. I was entertained, but it wasn't as good as Nora Goes Off Script. It makes me so sad when an author's debut is the best one. Carly Fortune, Annabelle Monaghan, Ali Hazelwood. I've unfortunately only liked their first book. Anyways, Love Unwritten. Ugh, I'm so sorry. Did we read the same book? Did we? Out on a Limb. Gut Instinct. Huge slay. Also, I hope you can see like what's going on. My TV is old and it's like 720p. It was a really good book. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but because it doesn't make me feel any sort of way, which is crazy, I'm gonna say I was entertained. Although, oh wait, I forgot that I can like change the ranking within here. I've just gone and adjusted some things. Within Huge Slay, the ones that are more slay are gonna go on this side. The ones that are less slay are gonna go here. This makes more sense. Now I can comfortably move on. Not another love song. I was an orchestra kid, and so I was like, okay, cool, an orchestra romance book? Oh, no. Babel. Easy. I need to reread this immediately. R.F. Kuang is an amazing writer, and I absolutely loved Babel. I have talked about it so many times in shorts and stuff, so I'm not going to talk about it more here, but I loved it, and I'm definitely going to reread it, if not this year, next year. Georgie All Along. I'm so sorry. Or, did we read the same book? I know a lot of people have this on their TBRs or have read it and they really enjoyed it. I personally, actually did not like it a lot. She was just, annoying and horny. IMO, so I did not enjoy this. Next we have Just Last Night by Bari McFarlane, I think is her name. I really liked the first half of this book, but I didn't love the romance aspect. So I think I'm gonna put it in I was entertained, but I'm gonna put it higher up. The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. This was a fun book, and so by default it goes in I was entertained. Now, where within I was entertained? Okay, I'm gonna move right there. Nothing about that book really stood out to me, but it was fun. Next we have The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, and I'm gonna put this in mid. I almost want to put it in Did We Read the Same Book, but it's not that it was bad. I just it's one of those books I was like, why is this hyped up so much? It's not that good. Are we reading the same book? Am I stupid? Ooh, City Spies. Okay, this is a little YA book, and I was definitely entertained. I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, this feels right. Oh, actually, does it feel right? No, I'm so sorry. At least I enjoyed it. There were parts of these other books I didn't enjoy. Okay, I'm gonna put it right there. The Ex-Talk. Incredibly mid. Someone Else's Shoes. Not that it was bad, but I was incredibly bored. It took me way too long to read. Mary Jane! Okay, Mary Jane, incredible book. And I'm questioning, do I put it in need to reread immediately? No, I don't feel like I do, but it was a huge slay. I'm putting it right there. It was such a good book. I really, really loved it. Next, we have A Talent for Murder, and actually, that should have gone in the trash. Hatchments by Rainbow Rowell, incredibly mid. The Soulmate Equation, this was a reread. I was about to give it away, so I think that kind of says how I feel about it. Although I did rate it 4 stars. I like it, it's just, if I'm gonna read a STEM type romance, I'm gonna go to Ali Hazelwood. I'm gonna put this in mid, but I liked it, so I'm gonna put it at the top of mid. Frederick Bachman, Anxious People. High key for me. Did we read the same book? I thought it was good. I think I gave it 4 stars. So it's a good book. It's just, I think I'm stupid. Genuinely, I think I'm stupid. Because there seem to be things that people are understanding about this book and just really feeling that I'm not. I was entertained, and it was really well written. I really love his writing. I just didn't care, I think. No, it's going here. Mistakes We Never Made. Hold on, I'm gonna look up what this book was about because I actually can't remember anything. 2 former debate team champions who almost fell in love years ago are now stuck together on one wild wedding weekend. I feel like I remember the main conflict in this book, but that's it. I did not like it, so I'm gonna put it in should have DNF'd, although I barely remember it. Every Summer After. Ooh, this one was good. And normally I would put it in I was entertained. However, Every Summer After is her debut novel, and it was really good for being a debut. And so I'm gonna put it at the end of Huge Slay, because like Huge Slay, good job. You published a really good book. The Wicker King. Is there a category for like what just happened? Because I would put that in that category. If I'm saying what is happening and what is the point, it's going in mid. Yeah. The Wicker King was fun. It was a book unlike any that I've read. Taylor Jenkins Reid, Carrie Soto is back. I'm questioning. I loved this book this year. However, do I feel the urge to reread it? I do not. So it's definitely a huge slay, and I'm debating if it should go in position 1, 2, or 3. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. That felt right, so I'm just gonna go with it. Next, we have Bad Publicity. I remember reading this book. I did not like it, but it was an arc, and I had to finish it because I don't want my NetGalley percentage to go down. So I had to finish it and review it, and I really didn't like it. So I'm gonna put it here. Love Off the Record. Okay. Love Off the Record, man. What a fantastic book that I had the pleasure of reading this year because one of you guys commented on like one of my shorts and was like, you should actually try this book. And I tried it and it was fantastic. I am actually kind of scared to reread it because like what if I don't like it the second time around? But I thought it was so cute, and like I am still constantly thinking about it, and I read it like months ago, so okay, I'm so happy. What If It's You? I believe that this was also an ARC, which is an advanced reader copy, and I believe that, ooh, this is actually, this is actually going higher than I thought it would be, because I remember reading it and not really enjoying it all that much. However, it's actually not that bad now I'm thinking about it. I think overall, not that bad. You Again. Not that I hated this book. Okay, hold on, I might change it. So right now I have it in, did we read the same book? It could also go, I was entertained. I have to think about this. I just feel like my categories are not great. Hold on. My decision is, since I was between I was entertained and did we read the same book, I'm gonna put it in mid. Now, where in mid am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put it right here. It was good. There were just parts of it that I didn't like, and that's why like this is hard for me. Red, White, and Royal Blue, I unfortunately can reread this like a billion times, and I probably will. This was my third reread, or is it my fourth? I think it's my third reread. It's just a little fun romance. Like, I love a little fun romance. The Marriage Gap. Ooh! The Marriage Gap is about this couple, and the wife thinks that they should take a break, and so we see both the wife and the husband going on their own journeys of like self-discovery, and also like, who am I without my partner, and what are my interests, and like, how do I be a good parent in the middle of this? And the premise sounds so good, but the wife is actually the most irritating person ever.
And now I want to sit back and relax and enjoy my evening, when all of a sudden I hear this agitating, grating voice.
I'm gonna put it in should have DNF'd because I wish I did. Next we have Psych. This is another arc, and while I was entertained, I kind of had no idea what was going on, and so I'm gonna put it in mid. Heartstopper. What a cute little graphic novel. Let me think. I want to put it as huge slay because I don't often read graphic novels. So like, how does it compare against other graphic novels? Or does it not matter how it compares? It should just matter how it compares to the books I read. I'm gonna put it in I was entertained, though I really loved it. I do think that I'd rather watch the show. The show does a really good job. So I'm gonna put in I was entertained, but put it at the very top. Summer Fridays. Oh wait, let me think what this book. Oh! We just have people who are cheating on their partners. Like, it's not cute. Why would I want to read about people who are cheating? I hate cheaters. It's last on my list right now. Scythe! A part of me wants to put it in, did we read the same book? Because everybody loves this book. And like, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's really good. And so I'm not gonna put it in did we read the same book. But like, I didn't love it when I read it. I just, thoroughly enjoyed it. And then I even toyed with the idea of reading the rest of the series and then decided, no, I don't really want to. But I might. And for that, I'm gonna put it in huge slay because I kind of had the same feeling with Legendborn. Like, I don't want to finish the series, but I might. The Build a Boyfriend Project. This one was also an arc, and I feel very mid to negative about this one. So I think it's gonna go towards the end here. It's pretty on par with the X Talk. Love on the Brain. This is the NASA one. Honestly, all my Allie rereads were pretty, like, mid. I would say if I were to put it anywhere, it would kind of go like the end of I was entertained, because I was entertained, to mid. The feeling I got the second time I read it versus the first was worse. And so I'm like, oh, it was mid. But truly, I was entertained. I'm gonna put it in I was entertained. All Allie books are a good time. The Emperor and the Endless Palace, I almost want to put it in did we read the same book? Because people seem to love this book. I was recommended this book by someone on my TikTok. I just thought it was like mid. It's going here. While it was good, I still questioned, did we read the same book? Tangled Up in You. This one was fun. I was entertained. The ending was so cliche and so stupid. I was entertained. Actually, was I? But like, this doesn't make sense. Like, to put anxious people here, maybe I'll move anxious people up. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna put it here. Vicious by V.E. Schwab. No, I was entertained. I was entertained. It was good. Ugh, my placement of anxious people feels wrong. Like, it was better. I need to move some stuff around. Next, we have Homegoing, and this is a definite need to reread because there's you can read this book in a different way. Like, you can skip every other chapter and kind of go on it that way. Although I don't want to really tackle that right now because it's a lot for the brain to process. And so I'm going to put at the end of I need to reread immediately, only because I don't want to. But like, I do. I just don't want to put in the work right now. Statistically speaking, literally what happened in this book, because I read it 1 month ago and I'm starting already to forget. She is a teacher, has a bad relationship with her mom, isolates herself, and doesn't go on dates. I think that was like her main thing. That feels good. Okay, next we have May Luna, and this is going in, did we read the same book? Why are people raving? It was good, don't get me wrong. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I loved the ending, but why is it hyped up? I'm sorry. Cruel Winter with You. It hurts me to insult Allie Hazelwood, although I kind of been doing it this entire time. Cruel Winter with You was her worst short story. What the hell was that? And I'm actually gonna put it in, did we read the same book? Holiday Romance. Okay, Holiday Romance 8. I have zero expectations for holiday romances because they're like Hallmark movies, usually. Like, they are all the same. And the conflict is so small, and it's just like, it's not exciting. But Holiday Romance, high-key, huge slay. Like, I'm surprised by me saying this. It was good. It was really good. And I think it being a holiday romance allows it to fall within huge slay. Like, had this been in any other setting, it would probably be an I was entertained. However, because it is a holiday romance and it was good, it goes in huge slay. The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. Mid, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here. Aw, we have our 2 Christina Lauren books right next to each other. The Soulmate Equation and The Paradise Problem. 1-star romance. I am surprised by this, but it's gonna go in huge slay. 1-star romance was a random read for me. There was so much depth in this one, and as a single friend, it just hit different. The Silent Patient. Did we read the same book? I don't read like mystery, thriller, whatevers ever. So like, usually they're good. They're shocking. The Silent Patient was not good. Was not shocking. Snowed In. This is book 2 of the holiday romance. I could easily say that I was entertained. I was entertained on this one, although it did not slap as hard as holiday romance. When Gracie Met the Grump. I read this like 2 days ago and I hated it so much. Yeah. I used to love Mariana Zapata as an author. The first book of hers I read was All Rose Lead Here, and I loved it, so I read every single one of her other books. Did not like any of those. Went back to read All Rose Lead Here and realized it was actually not that good. I also did not like the plot of this one. The slow burn didn't hit like it normally does, so I unfortunately should have DNF'd this book. Next we have She and Her Cat. This is a really cute, like, little translated book. Probably read like a chapter a night. There's 4 chapters. It's just cute. I love cats. I love my cat. This was mid. I mean, it was cute, but like, what am I gonna do with this book? This feels good. I'm gonna put it here. Love Theoretically. I liked Love Theoretically more than I liked Love on the Brain. I loved the plot, like the premise of this one. So I must think. It's definitely gonna belong in I Was Entertained. I'm gonna put it right here. That feels good. Funny Feelings. Ooh! Did we read the same book? Did y'all catch that part where she insults this woman while she's on stage doing her comedy set? And then he, the male main character, the male love interest, totally validates her feelings. Normally, I love, you know, someone who validates our feelings, but not when you're like being rude. Nothing to See Here. How many more books do we have? Because I think my voice is giving out. Okay, we're almost done. Nothing to See Here was a little fun book. I liked it. It was fun. I was entertained for sure. So I'm gonna put it, I almost want to put it in the same category as The Wicker King. It was kind of like, what's going on? But I'm not going to, because I was entertained. Romantic comedy. Another one of the books where it's like, did we read the same book? Because I loved it, but other people did not love it. But because I liked it, I'm gonna put it in I was entertained. It wasn't like the best romance book, but you know, it was fun. I'm gonna put it over here. The next book we have is the shortest book I read this year, which is called Mr. Salary by Sally Rooney, and I actually don't remember anything that I read. The Cruel Prince. This is gonna be mean, and I don't think people are gonna like this, but I'm putting Cruel Prince in did we read the same book? I will say though, I'm not a fantasy girl, and so this kind of makes more sense, but like, I don't understand the hype around The Cruel Prince, and I think that's okay. Ooh, but Ali Hazelwood's Bride. This was fun, and I was entertained, but I didn't love it. Yeah. Next we have Geese Are Never Swans. I bought this one because the cover was pretty. It's gonna go at the very end of mid. The Women definitely was a huge slay. Do I need to reread it immediately? I don't think so. I think I can read any Kristen Hanna woman and what did I just say? I can read any Kristen Hanna book and get the same feeling that I got when I read The Women, and for that I'm gonna put it in huge slay. It was just so fantastic. Yeah, this feels good. Next we have Woke Up Like This. It was mid until I started getting entertained. I'm gonna put it at the top of mid because I struggle to remember some of the details, but I just remember the vibes are really good when I was reading it, so I'm gonna keep it there. Not Happy Campers. I remember like one super minute detail of this book. Everything else is a blur. Like, I don't remember why they're at the place that they're at, what happened in this book, what's the conflict. Like, I don't remember anything. So I'm gonna put it here. The One Direction autobiography. This is so biased, but I was gonna put it in I need to reread it immediately. However, it was honestly kind of a struggle to read that autobiography. Like, it was so much longer than I thought it was gonna be, and it's so, like, you can tell that they did not write it. So I was entertained, and I really want to put it like way up top because I love them, but truly being kind, I'm gonna put it in I was entertained. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. Okay, 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I definitely don't want to reread that again because it was so huge, but would I even call it a huge slay? Honestly, I wouldn't. This tea, though I love the book, I really loved it, I would just put it at the top of I was entertained. It would be a huge slay normally, except for I hated the ending. That's really what pushed it down to I was entertained. The ending, like the very, very end, like maybe the last, like not even 30 pages. Let's go next. A Love for the Pages. I should have DNF'd because I'm pretty sure she like gets with her brother, or like, I don't know, something like that. That might have actually been so incorrect. I'm sorry. Right after I finished reading it, this was my review. Respectfully, I would have thought this book was weird even during my Wattpad era. Like, of all the people you can get with, why is it your sister? And what's with the weird age gap between the love interest? You didn't have to do that. Okay, I fully don't remember this book, but I do remember the feeling of, what the hell? So, it's gonna go in should have DNF'd. Yeah. Girl in Pieces. I feel like it's so rude to say that this one's mid, but it's mid. I really did like You'd Be Home by Now. Is that what it's called? But Girl in Pieces, I didn't enjoy it as much, which is like, it feels kind of effed up to talk about enjoying this book because I don't think it's necessarily meant to be like enjoyed in the same way other contemporary romance fiction books are. Just for the summer. I was entertained and nothing more than that, but also like, did we read the same book? I'm gonna put it in did we read the same book? Not because I didn't like this book, but because like I wasn't in love with this book like it seems like everyone else is. These categories, mid and did we read the same book, are kind of flawed. Mainly did we read the same book because I enjoyed Just for the Summer. I enjoyed May Luna. I enjoyed The Cruel Prince and The Emperor and the Endless Palace. However, I just didn't like it the same amount as other people, at least that I've seen on social media. And so for those reasons, it lands in did we read the same book, which, you know, is below mid. However, these books were not mid. So I have created a flawed system, and I just want to keep pointing that out because I don't want you guys to think that I didn't like those books. Counterfeit Gods is another nonfiction Christian book, and it feels terribly difficult to rank. With these nonfiction books, they do exactly what they tell you they're gonna do, and so I put it in mid. The Things We Leave Unfinished, did not like this book. I'm putting it in Did We Read the Same Book? People are obsessed with The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. I liked the grandma, or is she the grandma point of view, but I didn't like the more modern point of view. The Alienist, I actually don't remember anything. This was from a blind date with a book, and it was so hard to get through that I caved and I listened to the abridged audiobook. So does it even count that I read this? Honestly, maybe not. Well, I do remember some stuff because of the audiobook, and this takes place like very close to where I live, I believe. But still, with the audiobook, like I could not tell you what happened in this book at all. The 7-Year Slip. The 7-Year Slip definitely belongs at the top somewhere. Either I need to reread immediately or huge slay. While I do want to reread this book, I have other Ashley Pawson books that I need to read, and so I'm gonna put it in huge slay. All right, then we have I Hope This Doesn't Find You. Oh wait, I think I mixed up my books. I thought I Hope This Doesn't Find You was the same book as I Woke Up Like This. Wait, I need to look up the plot. Okay. Woke Up Like This is the book that I thought it was. So what's I Hope This Doesn't Find You? I gave it 4 stars. I literally gave this a lower rating than this book, but I have no recollection. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. This kind of is like To All the Boys. Now that I've read the summary, I remember like the conflict, but I don't remember how it resolves because it wasn't in the summary. And for that, I'm gonna put it in, I fear I don't remember anything actually, which I'm shocked because I liked this book. All right, we are in the home stretch. Looking Forward by Maya Henry. Well, I was entertained because this is basically about Maya and Liam Payne's relationship, and there's so much tea. And so, yeah, I was entertained. I got Kindle Unlimited just so I could read this, only to find out that it's not compatible on the Kindle Paperwhite, and so I had to read it on my phone, hooked up to my TV because it was such a small font on my phone. But the content, tea! I was so entertained, and for that, it is going like kind of high up. I will not forget the stuff I read in that book. Perfect Fit by Claire Gilmore. This one was an arc. I don't remember what this book is about. Let me read the plot. Okay, let's see what this book is about. I gave it a 3.75. Oh, okay. No, I'm right here. I put it all the way over here. This is fun. Next we have Second Chance Romance. And this is gonna go in the trash. Like, this was bad. This was a bad arc. I would not recommend this book at all. Sorry. This Will Be Fun. This was another arc I read, and I'm almost tempted to put it in Did We Read the Same Book because I had so much fun. This Will Be Fun. They promised me fun, and I had fun, but people did not like it. Like, did we read the same book? However, I was entertained. And so I'm going to put it up here somewhere. I think that I would put it, like, right here. Right there. Double Exposure. Another arc. Wow, I read a lot of arcs this year through NetGalley, and so that was actually really fun, and I'm glad I did, although a lot of them ended up in this should have DNF tier. It's just kind of the territory that comes with reading arcs. You don't know if they're gonna be good or bad. Double Exposure. This Will Be Fun. Those were all such good arcs. I was entertained, but like in a Hollywood kind of way, and so I'm gonna put it right next to my Who We Are. Guys, have I been saying Where We Are? I thought their autobiography was called Where We Are. I am such a fake fan. I am so sorry. Harry Potter, number 4. All the Harry Potter books are, I'm so sorry to say this to those who are Harry Potter fans, but like all the books are the same. So I'm trying to remember what happens in this 4th book. I fear that I don't remember anything, actually. And I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it number 2. Because I think I liked I Hope This Doesn't Find You more than I liked the 4th book of Harry Potter. There are gonna be some Harry Potter books that stand out more than others. This one didn't stand out as much, number 4. Next we have Funny Story. Whoa, this is gonna be crazy, but I'm putting this in Did We Read the Same Book? Same stitch as Just for the Summer. It's a good book, but I didn't love it as much as I love her other books. I think that Happy Place is the best book to like ever exist, and Funny Story did not even compare. This feels wrong to put it in Did We Read the Same Book, but it's where it's gonna live. And lastly, my last Allie Hazelwood book, Not in Love. Allie, you're killing me. I would put it like here. It was mid and it was good, but I am a sucker for Allie's STEM romances, so yeah. Well, thank you for joining me here today, listening to my opinions, hating my opinions, agreeing with my opinions. Either way, these are all 88 books I read this year, rank. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I hope you guys have a great 2025.